Hey there, good looking. Join me for this arms and shoulders workout in which it is also a no repeat. That's right. Every exercise is just one time through. However, I have it strategically programmed to make it seem like we are doing about 6 sets on each muscle group. It's going to be burny awesome. For equipment, grab yourself what you consider are a pair of light and moderate weight dumbbells. For reference, I have a pair of 8s and 12s. I also want you to grab a super light dumbbell, just one. I have a 3-pound. And then optional, but nice to have, is a rolled towel. A hand towel or a tea towel is the best size, and access to a wall. All right, let's go start training. All right, before we get started, if you like to track your fitness using your watch, press start now. For reference, I have an Apple Watch and I chose the strength setting. All right, starting with one arm, leading with the thumb, rotate up, turn so the pinky's leading to the wall behind you, and do it again. So big, slow, controlled articulations through that shoulder joint. We start with shoulder work today, because the triceps assist with a lot of the patterns, movement patterns, and then we move to biceps, and then we finish off with triceps. As mentioned, it's a no repeat, but the way I have it set up is it's gonna seem like we're doing multiple sets. So it's gonna be burny fun. I think I already said that, didn't I? Let's do one more. Thumb. Don't rotate your body though, right? That's good. Here we go, other side. I knew you weren't. I was just making reference. Nice and slow. Shoulders and hips squared to me. Thumb, pinky. Oh, feels good. Thumb, pinky. 2 more. Last one. Hip hinge. Hands here. Look up, reach up. Other side. Feeling this in the upper back area. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue the warm up with that light dumbbell and that towel if you grabbed it. Again, it's optional, it's nice to have. Place the towel just on the waist and then the elbow, bent elbow on top. Let the hand rest in the belly and give me external rotation up. And slowly lower. Now when we do this crew, we're not moving through the wrist joint. We're keeping that elbow at 90 degrees. And you're going to feel pretty darn quickly some warmth in the shoulder, particularly the posterior cuff, because we are hitting the rotator cuff. Now the rotator cuff is an endurance muscle group, so it doesn't like to be loaded up. So that's why I have a 3. 3 is going to be enough for me. We have 4 more here. 3, drop the dumbbell anytime it starts to get too much. Remember, this is the warm-up, okay? Last one. Whew, all right, other side. We're gonna keep that elbow too in the waist, ideally on that towel. Let's go, 90-degree bend. Now you may find you can lift one arm up higher than the other. For instance, this arm I can't lift quite as high. That's not due to strength on my part, it's due to tightness in this shoulder. So you might be experiencing the same thing. That's why our mobility work is so important as we get older. Last 3, 2, 1, come to stand. All right, we're gonna get started in about 30 seconds. So I want to give ample rest for the shoulder, the rotator cuff to rest before we start lifting. Now the press motions are going to be where you could probably get away with using your heavies. However, that is all determined to where you are in your fitness journey or whether or not you have a previous shoulder injury. So your heavies could be a pair of 3 pounds. Again, we don't want any movement to create any pain in the joint or any pinching. So, hands up, keep the elbows up, draw the belly button in, brace those abs, press up and down. Good, keep going. A nice way to actually modify this further is 1 dumbbell, 2 hands. So again, I can't stress this enough. There should be no pain in the shoulders when we press up. Now we have 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds recovery. When we recover, I highly recommend you let go of your dumbbells and shake out your hands. It's a lot of forearm work holding onto our dumbbells for this entire workout. I think I was really optimistic with the 12 pounds because I'm already tired and we're on exercise 1. Time. All right, again, I recommend shake out the hands. We're moving into a reverse fly. You may be able to use these moderates. If not, step down your dumbbells. Let's get set up now. We have a hip hinge pattern. Dumbbells are underneath the chest and we fly up, squeezing the shoulder blades, and then we lower the dumbbells down slowly. We keep that neutral spine, we keep that hip hinge. We remember that the neck is still part and the head is still part of that neutral spine positioning. And we can go back a bit. It's almost making like a letter V here, hitting the rear delt. Posture muscles here. Woo. 15 more seconds. Come to stand. Again, let's shake out those hands, okay? And it's a light grip on the dumbbells too. The harder we hold on to the dumbbells, the more those forearm extensors are fired up. For those of you who have had issues with tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, that'll be a problem for you. So just a light grip. Let's grab the moderates again. Start with the hands here, mirror me. Drive up. Good. Now we want the elbows not resting down. So I kind of want some tension on that non-working arm in the muscle, just holding it there in space. Woo! 40 seconds here. Draw that belly button in towards the spine. Brace those abs so we don't feel our low back. Slow and controlled. Oh yeah. One more. Dumbbells down. And we're definitely going to want to step down for the next exercise. We'll go back to that reverse fly position, but this time the thumbs are going to point out. And then we'll do the same movement. I just got to make sure the light's on my mic there. Good, because then I would have to redo it, and I'd rather want to redo it now at the beginning than when we're done. Great editing we have here, isn't it? Hip hinge, thumbs pointed away, reach up, woo, slowly back to home. Yeah, we don't have things super professional here. The programming is and the instruction is, but there's a lot of bumps when it comes to the actual filming. Now, same thing, we've got rear delt working and those upper back muscles. Woo! So with the thumbs pointed up, it's going to put a little more emphasis on an area we call your lower traps. So that's why I suggested a drop down of weight. One more. Good. Come to stand. All right. Grab those moderates again. Shake out those hands. We're going to get into an Arnie press with the elbows up, rotate, and press up. Ready? Let's go. Nice and tight through that core. Brace those abs. Rotate. Woo. Press. Rotate. Now, if it's getting too much, go one at a time. Then you'll get one arm a little bit more of a break. Or drop down your weight. Again, there should be no pain. Dropping down your weight, you shouldn't be disappointed at yourself for that. You should be commending yourself because you're training smart. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that train stupid. Don't be one of them. They keep going until they hurt themselves and then they never go to physio. And then by the time they finally hit physio, they're so far gone. It's going to take months to get them back in shape instead of weeks. Grab the lights. All right, now alternating side lateral lift. Let's bend those elbows for me, please. Think about pouring water from a jug, elbow just coming to shoulder height, and then the other side. This is one where I'm going to cue you for sure to make sure you got a light grip. Now, the straighter your arm, the harder the move, because that weight now becomes heavier due to your lever length. So if you find that you are struggling, bend those elbows at 90. Just pretend, as I mentioned, like you're pouring water from a pitcher. If they're feeling okay, or the weight's too light, straighten the arms. That'll increase the intensity when that arm's out there. Last shoulder exercise, we're gonna move on to those biceps. In 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, let's grab those moderates. Front of the arm, your bicep muscle, I find with women particularly, tends to be strong muscle. So let's challenge it so that we can get it stronger. We start with a neutral grip, and then as we curl, I want you to turn the palms to you, let the wrists curl in ever so slightly, and then slowly lower. We're keeping the elbows under the shoulders, abs are braced. Our speed of movement is important, especially on the lowering. Don't let gravity take over and drop those dumbbells. There's 2 parts of this exercise, the lift and the lower. Okay, we want to emphasize each. Whew, light grip again. I keep mentioning that because I struggled with tennis elbow for an entire year. I don't want that to be you. Whew. All right, we're using just 1 dumbbell and we are in a kneeling position. Now, if this bothers your knee, double up your mat, or by all means do it seated and open up the legs and then lean forward, resting 1 elbow in the inside of the thigh knee area. We're going to concentrate on just the 1 arm, hence the name of the exercise, concentration curls. So typically we can go a little heavier with this because we're pressing the elbow against a stationary object, that object being our leg right now. Tuck that back toe under, give yourself some brace here. So this is how I like to finish up some of my workouts, and I load up really heavy and just go till I can't. Sometimes it's 3 reps, sometimes it's 6 reps. But yeah, and I usually use a 25 when I'm doing that. And your bicep just looks so cool, looks so sexy. Nice, big pump. And then it goes away. All right, so we got the same thing. Once again, if being on your knee is bothering it, double up that mat or have a seat in your chair there. Lower forward, lower down. Elbow's gonna rest on the inside knee or thigh, and then curl and slowly lower. Tuck that back toe under, give yourself some brace. Now our next exercise, if you have access to a wall, we're gonna use it. If you don't, then just do the exercise without the wall. No problem. Curl your wrists in a bit on this guy too. We never want the wrist breaking backwards. It's a slight curl in. It's just gonna happen naturally, don't force it. Dumbbell in each hand, come to stand. Find that wall. Press your elbows against it and lean into it. First, let's shake out the hands. Let's shake out those hands. All right, and you're just gonna lean, and so it's kind of like a concentration curl, what we just did. But feet are forward, I'm leaning into my wall. All right, or you're just standing upright and doing the same movement, just with no wall. But if you have the wall, whoo, you're gonna find that is a tad harder to lift up because we don't have any ability to swing. We have to keep those elbows against the wall. We can feel the wall, and when they start to lift, we know that they are, and we've got to get them back. We head down onto our backs next to hit into the triceps. So I recommend having all your dumbbells near you. Let's do one more here. Woo! All right. So I'm gonna have my moderates as well as my lights because the triceps might start to burn out quickly. Now let's get a dumbbell in each hand. I'm gonna try my moderates. Bring the arms straight up, wrists, elbows, and shoulders in line. Now bend the elbows, let the dumbbells come down, touch the mat beside the ears, and straighten. Inhale, exhale as we press back to straight. push through your feet a bit. That's going to help you give a bit power. Breathing out as we press up. Woo. Lower the dumbbells down. We're just going to stay here. Shake out the hands. Now on the next exercise, I'm dropping down on weight, and I recommend you try it as well. We're going to have palms facing the knees, arms in a V position, and cross over the body, one arm at a time. So let's try it. Arms in a V, palms facing the knees, cross over, right dumbbell, left front shoulder. Good. Now if that's feeling good, do a full, both of them. So anytime you want to decrease the intensity and you don't have the ability to lower your weights, remember doing one arm or one leg at a time is going to help out. Light grip, but obviously not so light that you're going to drop the dumbbell on your face, because then tennis elbow is the least of our concerns. New set of teeth might be the concern. Woo, release. All right, I'm going to go back to my moderates. Woo, we're going to have the dumbbells, one in each hand, palms facing, and those elbows in tight. From there, it's simply pressing up and down. So it's a narrow press. Those of you who have been with me before, you know this move. Working into the pecs, but emphasizing the back of the arm, your triceps. So again, I mentioned this earlier, the triceps assisted us in some of our shoulder work. So if they're feeling a little burnt out by now, that's why. That's why we did some biceps before we went into isolated tricep work. Give them a little longer break. Once the back of the arms hit that mat, boom, back up again, next rep. Lower down. For the next exercise, or the last two actually, these are our last two exercises, it's just one moderate weight dumbbell. Now, grab onto the dumbbell each end. Start with the arms straight up and then bring them back a bit. Now bend the elbows and extend. So we want a little bit of a stretch in the triceps by letting those elbows travel towards the back of our mat. You want to be aware that you're straightening the arm with every rep and that you're lowering down nice and slow and with control. If you like to coordinate your breath, your exhale now is as you lift up. Oh yeah, hello triceps. All right, whew. Now we're going to take a variation of that and just do little pulses at the halfway mark to finish us off. So if your triceps are really dead right now, you might want to lower your weight because this one isn't going to be fun. Here we go, set up and bring it down and then little pulses. So I'm just at that halfway and then I lower a little past halfway and lift up halfway. My pulses aren't really fast and erratic. They're controlled. Whoa. I'm kind of wishing I dropped down to the 8s. This is a hell of a way to finish a workout, isn't it? Oh. Well, you know, I love you connecting with your triceps, actually. Breathe it. One more. Oh my goodness me. Well done. Oh. Whew. All right. Just going to stop this here. Oh, shake out those hands. Nicely done. All right. Get our gear out of the way so we don't trip over it. Let's go into a stand position, or if you've got a chair, have a seat. It's going to feel better seated. Take one arm, place it behind the head. Oh gosh, and let it walk down a bit, stretching into those triceps. And then if you want to add a bit of a lateral lean, Go for it. Whoo, baby. Back to center. Whew. Okay, other side. They're so pumped I can barely bend my elbow. How about you? Oh. So I wanted to give you a short yet effective arms and shoulders workout, and with the ability to have no repeats. Again, just to reiterate, if you're unfamiliar with my training, I am not a massive fan of no repeats for a regular basis of your workouts. We do need sets, okay? 2 to 4, even up to 6 sets. That's what's going to see the change in the muscle, especially for those of you who have been exercising consistently. Release. Whew. Find a wall or door frame. Elbow at shoulder height, palm resting into the door frame or wall. Step forward with that inside leg. Come forward for me and then look over the opposite shoulder. But when programmed effectively, this can seem like we did multiple sets, and a no repeat could get you to push play, whereas looking at a workout that's got, 3 sets of skull crushers, that you may be thinking, oh, I just don't feel like it. So if this is what gets you to push play, then it's the perfect workout for you. I just don't want you to do it every workout. If you're following Over 50 Fitness workout calendar, I love to throw in the no repeats for you guys. It's a great breakup from the monotony of sets and kind of gets your mindset back into the game. So we can get tiring doing bulk training day in, day out. Release. Elbow up. Come forward. Again, look over that opposite shoulder. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. So we're stretching the front of the shoulder here, in addition to your pec muscles. This is also, very random here, a stretch I do when I'm flying, because we all tend to kind of cave in, have this poor rounded posture, unless I'm flying business. But I can't afford that all the time. Then so I'm standing and waiting in line for the bathroom, I'll stay back there, usually with the crew, and use a side of the wall without getting in their way, and stretch out. Release. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I look forward to reading your comments down below. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and hey, we will see you next workout. Bye. All right, before we get started, if you like to track your fitness using your watch, press start now. For reference, I have an Apple Watch and I chose the strength setting because there's not a lot of heart rate lifting exercises, but we are definitely going to hit those shoulders and arms. Let's just redo that. That's just like blah, 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 bunch of info you don't need to know.